Hello, and welcome to the Pastor's Corner. I'm Larry Brister, and I currently serve in downtown Fort Lauderdale, Florida. In fact, I serve as pastor at Emmanuel Baptist Church. And I want to talk this evening about something that I've touched on before. And the question is, how do I handle God's process for answering my prayers? God answers in one of three ways. He answers with no, he answers with yes, and sometimes he answers with not now. So how do we differentiate these things? Well, I can tell you this. If you pray and your prayer is not in accordance with God's word or God's will, the answer will be no. And if you're a Christian, if you're close to the Lord, you will sense that. You will know deep in your spirit that it is a no. If your prayer is in accordance with God's will, if it's in accordance with God's word, and God has heard your prayer and chosen to act right now, then the answer will not be no. The answer will be go. And it'll be obvious. The way will be made open. The valleys will be made level. The hills will be flattened out. Obstacles will be done, and things will happen miraculously. But most often, the answer is not now, or wait. You could also call this the no, the go, or the slow method of God answering prayer. Let me share with you something that happened to me. I felt deep in my spirit that I was called to be a pastor of a church. And I prayed that God's will would be done. And God answered that prayer. But he answered that prayer with a slow answer. Because I prayed that in 1997. And God answered that prayer 15 years later. And in that 15 years, I served as a pastor, but I served as an associate pastor here and there. I served in every position in our church, but it was invaluable experience for me. Did I chafe at the slow? Did it bother me? Did I get impatient with the not now? Of course I did. But I was comfortable in God's timing because I was reminded of Psalm 46:10, where God says, "Be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted in the earth. I will be exalted among the nations." Whoever you are, when you pray, pray in accordance with the will of God. Pray in accordance with his word. He is not going to violate his word. And then be comfortable, as difficult as it can be. Be comfortable with the not now. The let's take this slow. Because that is God's heart reaching out and telling you, my child, I love you, but now is not the time. Thank you so much for joining us. I look forward to seeing you next week on the Pastor's Corner.